She laughed at my friend's grief, so I burned her future one scholarship at a time.
She wasn't always cruel. First, she was just ambitious. Perfect grades, captain of 2 clubs, vice president of another. She smiled with her teeth, not her eyes. When I met her, she was sitting next to my best friend Rachel in AP English. They weren't friends, but they sat beside each other for most of the semester, long enough for Rachel to feel safe. That ended the day Rachel's mom died. She wasn't always cruel. First, she was just ambitious. Perfect grades, captain of 2 clubs, vice president of another. She smiled with her teeth, not her eyes. When I met her, she was sitting next to my best friend Rachel in AP English. They weren't friends, but they sat beside each other for most of the semester, long enough for Rachel to feel safe. That ended the day Rachel's mom died. Rachel left school for 2 weeks. When she came back, she was quiet. She wore her mom's old scarf every day, and she stopped raising her hand in class. She was trying. Just fragile. And that's when Ella started. It started small. A whisper. A smirk. She's milking it. She's going to use the sympathy for college apps. One day, she accidentally spilled water on Rachel's seat before class. Another, she turned in a group project that had Rachel's name removed from the header. And the worst, she made a fake condolence letter from the guidance counselor and left it in Rachel's locker. Rachel cried in the hallway. Ella laughed. That's when I started watching. You see, I'm not confrontational, but I am patient and good with systems. Ella had one weakness, her college obsession. She applied to 17 schools. She talked about her essays like they were sacred texts. She bragged about scholarships, grant offers, and glowing recommendations. So I started asking questions. I learned she lied on one of her applications, listed herself as president of a club she never joined. I confirmed her volunteer hours were signed off by her aunt. She also wrote the same personal loss essay that Rachel could have written, but never did. So I wrote emails, one to the scholarship board, linking the falsified volunteer hours, one to the teacher whose name she forged on a letter, one to the school counselor with screenshots of Ella mocking Rachel's grief in a group chat. I never signed my name. Didn't have to. Weeks passed. Ella stopped talking as much. She got quieter, panicked, started skipping classes. Then one day she lost it, screamed at a guidance counselor in the main office. Something about a rescinded offer. She cried so loud they had to shut the door. I walked past her in the hallway later that day. She looked at me, and for the first time I smiled back. Rachel doesn't know what I did. She doesn't need to. She got into her dream school. Full ride. Still wears the scarf sometimes. But she's stronger now. As for Ella, she took a gap year. And now she's posting motivational quotes on Instagram like nothing ever happened. But I know. And somewhere so do the admissions officers. Because sometimes karma doesn't show up with lightning. Sometimes it comes as a rejection letter. Folded, stamped, and final.
New stories come out Tuesdays and Fridays. Subscribe.